Hi guys, it's Diana. Just wanted to pop on. I had a request for one of the cards that we did at Hearts of Oz, and it's called a pop-out gatefold card. So I'm going to flip my camera around so that I can show you how to make this fun card. Hold on just a second. Let me change cameras. Okay. So this is called a pop-out gatefold card. And what you're going to need is your card base is going to be 5.5 by 8. And I'm using crumb cake. Okay, that's what we're going to start with. And you're going to need a few other supplies. We're going to need some designer series paper. So I've picked this pretty designer series paper. You're going to need 2 pieces that are 1 7/8 by 5 3/8. And you're going to need 4 little pieces that are 1 1/8 by 1 7/8. You're going to need a couple pieces of coordinating cardstock. The cardstock is 1 7/8 by 2 7/8, and a couple of pieces of white or vanilla, whatever goes best with your designer series paper. And this is 1 3/4 by 2 3/4. And let me grab that designer series paper pack. It is called Wildly Flowering. And you can see that it's got all these great colors. The Moody Mauve and the Wild Wheat. Aren't those pretty? Misty Moonlight. Anyway, love this paper. So that's what I'm using for my paper. Okay, so the hardest thing is just scoring your card base. Oh, and I've got a little Moody Mauve butterfly here that I punched out in advance, but I'll show you some other samples in case you don't have a butterfly template or anything. I've got lots of other ideas for you, okay? So I'm going to set these little pieces aside. We're going to start with our card base, okay? And I've got my handy dandy trimmer here, and it has a scoring blade on it. Sorry about the ring light. Just want you to be able to see. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it, and I have these measurements at the top. If you want a PDF file to put on your Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer, send me a message and I'll be happy to get it for you. It only fits our paper trimmer, but it really helps because it has the exact measurements on it. So I'm going to score at 2. Use your scoring blade, not your cutting blade. 4 and 6. And I'm scoring all the way through. Okay, so I've got 3 scores, 2, 4, and 6. Okay, I am going to now turn this sideways. Okay, and we're going to move this. I'm going to line it up here at 1 1/4. It's right here, 1 1/4. And I'm going to use my cutter, and I'm going to cut between those score lines. So I'm going to cut right between the 2 and the 6 score line, okay? So I have a little cut right there, okay, at 1 1/4. Then I'm going to move this to 4 1/4, and I'm going to trim again, cut, little slot. So we're cutting a little slot there, okay? So now I have 1 1/4 between those 2 scores and 4 1/4 between those 2 scores. Okay, I'm going to flip it around this way again, and right in the middle of those at 3, I'm going to score right up. So now I'm just scoring again between those cut lines at 3 and 5. This is really just the hardest part, and it's not even really that hard. It's just making sure that you score or cut at the right things. So you can see the cutting and the scoring. That's the hard part. Hard part is done, I promise. See that? Okay. Very, very simple. Okay, now all you're going to do is you're going to take your pieces and you're going to add them to your card base. So on the edges, you're going to put these two pieces. And then on the tops, you're going to put these. And I don't know if I want to do this side or the other side. Let me see. It's going to go like that. Then we're going to have this in the middle with our butterfly. Okay, that's how simple it is. I promise. See, it's very, very simple. So, I don't know. What do you think? Should I keep it? I mean, is this too busy? If I surround the whole thing in those little flowers, is that too busy? I don't think so. Do you think it's too busy? I'm going with it. Okay, so I'm just going to use liquid glue. So my liquid glue here, don't need a lot of it. It is a little bit forgiving, so you can kind of slide it around a little bit. So that's why I like to use it. You should have about a 1/16 of an inch on each side here extra. So let's get this out of the way. But yes, I had a picture on my Facebook page and I said, which one of these cards would you like to see a video on? And this was the card that they chose. So I'm going to show you a couple of other samples that we made so you can get an idea of what, if you don't have these specific supplies, you can use whatever you want. I'm going to just apply these here. Now, if you need to go ahead and fold it so you can see the scores a little bit better, you can go ahead and do that. Remember, the less glue, the better, okay? If you get too much glue on it, it gets kind of bubbly and warpy. Warpy. I don't think warpy is a word, so disregard that. It gets bubbly. There we go. Gets kind of bubbly. This is going to be really pretty. I don't think it's going to be too busy. I don't think so. Okay. I'm going to put this down. So now I'm going to show you kind of, since we've got this going, I'm going to show you how to fold it. And I forgot to bring my bone folder over, so I'm just going to use the back of my glue. Just fold on the scores. Okay. See, it actually folds up just like that. Isn't that fun? Okay. But then the cool thing is these are going to pop out. Okay. Those are going to pop out like that. Okay. So we are going to place our little piece of Misty Moonlight. See, I told you it was very simple. It looks complicated. It's not. This is going to go right over that middle score line. Covers it up. Okay. And then we will, let's go ahead and stamp. I'm just going to stamp a really quick greeting from Caring Leaves. It says, "You're simply the best." I'm going to use the Misty Moonlight pad. Okay. And I'm just going to stamp it right at the top there. Excuse me. Stamp it just like that. Go ahead and put this down. Now these colors that are in this, the wild wheat and the Misty Moonlight and the Moody Mauve, they're all going away. In the next catalog, they will no longer be available. So you might want to stock up if you really like these colors. Make sure you get the pad and the refill. Okay, so here I've got my little butterfly. It was one of the add-ons for Paper Pumpkin. So I'm just gonna, it was just a die. I'm just gonna add a little bit of glue to the back. Okay, just gonna put this right down here. How cute is that? Okay, I'm gonna just use my take a pick tool with my little putty end, and I've got the little brass butterflies. These are adhesive backed, so you just kind of slide them off there. So, how pretty is that? And guess what, guys? Well, okay, we're not done. If you would like to write on this or have a greeting, what we did was we put one on the back on that middle panel. It also reinforces it a little bit. So go ahead and just cover that back half. And you can put your little greeting piece. So if you want to write something on in the inside of the card, this would be considered like the inside. You could put your greeting or whatever you would like to. So when you go to put it together, okay, it stands up just like that. See how it stands up? Okay. What do you think? I kind of like it being that busy. I like it. Okay, let me show you a couple of other ones that we did, okay? So this is another one that I did with that same designer series paper, just a different pattern. And I made a baby card. What do you think of that? Kind of cute. Same idea. But this is the one we made at Hearts of Oz. What do you think of that? Isn't that cute? I don't have this cow set. And this is just using the In Color Designer Series paper pack. So isn't that fun? And this is the copper clay. And then you had the greeting on the back. What do you think? I know. Super easy, super fast. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm glad that you guys have given me some opinions. Make sure you let me know if you want to see something else on my Facebook page or making a video. So just let me know. Thanks, guys, for tuning in.